It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Panthers and the Silver and Black.
And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Carter, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Vegas. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, it certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen. When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Another run here with Hubbard. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. And that one good for 9. And the drive continues.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Young hands it to Hubbard. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Slot receiver headed right. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And Young will have a first down, able to slide to avoid the contact at the end of the play. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. It's second down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
From the pistol, a give to Hubbard. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
From the gun, it's Young. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on third down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those third down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals.
Here's Eddie Pinheiro now as the Panthers will try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Panthers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second down and 3. First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. And some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Again, it's Madison. And a short gain there, down only to the 48. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for third down. To throw, Minshew. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Minshew going to look to throw again. Going to get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Marshall is on the move. Throwing again is Minshew. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Minshew.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders' field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. Velus Jones now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Robert Spillane spills him there. Second down and 8. They'll motion over Thielen. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
This is what they call an angle route. What's so hard for these linebackers is it looks like the running back is just trying to beat you to the flat. And then once you overcommit, he puts his foot down and crosses your face, and he's wide open in the middle of the field.
On first down is Young. He'll go right and find his running back, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
This throw left side taken in by the rookie wide receiver.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
The motion man is Sanders. A second down throw for Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
3-3, our score. 2 minutes to go in this first half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Young to throw on 1st and 10. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Here's Young to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. It's up and good. Panthers take a 10-3 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. Throwing is Minshew. Finding Terrace Marshall for the completion. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Minshew. That one caught by Tucker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Minshew. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
To the air once more is Minshew. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. To throw once more, here's Minshew. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Minshew. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
Carlson's kick is good. So we are at halftime, and the visiting Panthers are out on top as we send you to Orlando. We'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with Madison. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
DJ on the tackle. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll try and throw with Minshew. Here's a screen set up for Abdullah. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. This one into the hands of Marshall.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In motion is Myers. Play action now with Minshew. Oh, man, wide open. It's Myers. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On 1st down, a run with Madison. And he's going to be taken down.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for 1st and goal. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Eligible receiver downfield.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Off the bootleg, it's Minshew. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
So pushed back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. Nice run here on 2nd down inside the 5 with more options now available for 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They look to throw it with Minshew. It is brought in the end zone. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Raiders. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Young to throw on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. From the gun, it's Young. Working free downfield, it's Thielen. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. To throw is Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play them man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers make the lead 4. It is 17-13. So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return is Dylan Laube. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. First and 10. Off the play fake, it's Minshew. Finding his tight end, Mayer. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. On the give, this is Madison. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. From the gun, here's Minshew. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
Pass interference. Defense.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run Abdullah. He's got space inside the 25. And he'll be taken down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Carolina. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. Panthers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Laube now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back is Minshew. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Throwing again is Minshew. He connects with the open man. That's Myers. And he's going to have a Raiders 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played?
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. The Panthers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Here's a handoff to Hubbard. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hubbard. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First down, Panthers.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.